YouTube, welcome to another video. Um, this video in particular is about Street Fighter 6 and the DLC, the release of these characters, the timings of these characters, and why I think Sagat is too early, and what order I would kind of personally prefer these characters to be in. So you know, you know, so season three lineup. This is everybody. Um, you know, not complaining about the roster. I think it's great. Um, you know, um, good roster. A lot of diversity. A lot going on here. Um, you know, um, so a lot of classic characters making a comeback here, um, and a new character. Um, so, memories of Sagat, Street Fighter Two. My goes back to Street Fighter Two, and just absolutely iconic. I remember fighting against Sagat and just like trying to comprehend what was going on. Took me a while. I mean, he's just a powerhouse character. Um, you know, uh, didn't realize how good he was until I like actually, got to play him and understand the character, and um, you know, fell in love with Sagat. I mean, a lot of people love Sagat, and I'm not complaining about that. I'm very happy about this character releasing. Shoot, like man, like just beyond belief. Actually, I didn't think they would drop him like so soon. I guess it's soon, compared to the amount of characters, in the Street Fighter franchise. They could have definitely um, held back on this character, and people would wait. But so I'm happy he's finally dropping. Um, and so my memories again with Sagat, like beating my friends with him like easily. Just he's just a fantastic character in the franchise. Super powerful, um, and fun. Um, you know, so um, I am like very happy. I mean, I will can't wait to play the game. I'm probably gonna right now. I'm maining Ryu. I'm probably gonna main Sagat because I've been playing Ryu since the beginning of Street Fighter Six. I'm like Ryu is just the thing about Ryu is like he's just he kind of he's not too overpowered, and well, maybe despite people's opinions with all the patches and all the upgrades he got, but he's just a very like straightforward character. Not a lot of special buttons and things you in sequence and all that you have to do. Just very basic and straightforward. Um, but Sagat um, really brings a lot to the table, brings a lot more, and he's not he's kind of he's not too complicated to use. He's pretty straightforward, and he's just a fantastic character. But so my thing what about season 3 in general, like the whole, why I think my preference of how they should have done this. um I'm actually a big Alex fan too. I love Alex. um I think he's great. um you know he's actually like one of those characters um didn't think would drop in Street Fighter 6, but they did, and I'm very I want to see what he has to offer. Um, but I don't think Alex is as popular as Sagat. So I think my preference would have been um, definitely Sagat last, like because everybody, I think a lot of people like Sagat, and he is such a um, staple of the franchise. Um, so I would have dropped him last out of this roster, but they're dropping him in August, which is it's next, pretty much it's right around the corner. So I personally would have done Alex first, um, because Alex is not as popular, but he could kind of bring in a lot of the old player base who may not be playing Street Fighter 6. Um, you know, so I would have dropped Alex. Um, then uh, Ingrid, right? Something new to invigorate the franchise. So old and new, and then so that would be an autumn for Ingrid, and then I would have done Sea Viper because a lot of people um, have been waiting, for lack of better words, for Sea Viper. Um, and Sea Viper is she's gonna be, this is a character um, that kind of scares me. Um, the only other character in Street Fighter that also scares me right now is Mai. But Sea Viper is scary in regards to balancing, the ecosystem of the game, the balance of the game. You know, this is a very scary character. She could, you know, tilt the scales, um, and that would kind of, you know, people want to play Street Fighter 6, not Sea Viper 6. Um, so, let alone, like, I don't know about anybody else, but mirrors, it's kind of like it's a love hate relationship. Um, tends to mirror matches tend to be kind of boring, but if everybody picks Sea Viper, you know, I don't think it's gonna make an interesting like tournament. So and then see, even if Sea Viper, you know, is a little bit unbalanced, it's nothing Sagat can handle, you know. So that's why that's the order that I would drop these characters in. Um, and Yeah, so I am a little bit excited for Sagat, but like, you know, it would kind of make me want to play the other characters while waiting for Zagat. Like, um, I don't want to just like, I don't want to main Sagat and then these other characters come out and I'm just like stuck on Sagat. That's my personal like thing with this DLC release. Um, but I am a huge Alex fan. The thing is, like, I wasn't a huge fan of him, how he played in Street Fighter Five. Um, I'm kind of like a fan of how he played in Street Fighter Third Strike, um, and I hope there's a lot of kind of um, integration from that kind of um, move list and build of how this character is gonna function. Um, but yeah, you know, it's good and bad for me for Sagat, like, cause I will he will kind of like overshadow, what's in this picture. He is kind of overshadowing, um, you know, the other characters, um, and I don't think Street Fighter is in a rush to invigorate the player base. I think their momentum has been perfect. Um, even like even in this picture from like bottom to top, um, I would, even in the picture here, if they dropped it like that, the only thing I would change in this picture is have Alex in the front and in the bottom, and Sagat all the way, his nameplate all the way on the top, and release him in that order. Because he can potentially, he can be a very oppressive character, and he will be like, he will be a very oppressive character. And, I don't think Alex is, as much as I love that character, um, I don't think it's very difficult for him, um, from the move list that I've seen, to even approach Sagat. So by the time Alex drops, um, you're gonna have professional Sagat players, well versed, well tuned, um, and you know be very oppressive, and kind of will maybe deflate the fun of the other characters, right? Because we all play the game to win. Not all that, we know we can't win them all, but we play to win, and at least like a couple of you know time, a little bit of time to play and win with the lower, um, kind of lower ranking players, the lower ranking characters, and win some games. It's fun. Um, but I am a big fan of Sagat. I just feel like Capcom has time to drop him. I mean, this lineup is actually like mind blowing. Um, they're bringing the heat for sure. Um, but I wish I understood why they released these characters in the order that they do. Um, maybe it's a maybe it's a development thing. Maybe Sagat's easier to transfer to Street Fighter 6 than Alex. But my preference from like, I guess from an entertainment value perspective, uh, you know, I would have dropped Sagat last in this order, and him last and everything in any other way, I think is fine. But him first, I actually wasn't expecting that, but um, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm just, my preference, how I would have preferred to drop these characters. But let me know what you think. Take care and have a good one, guys.